everyone. My name is Chrislene Jane C. Gonzaga, together with my group mates, and today we're gonna tackle about types of arts, visual arts, subject, and content. So, first we have is what is art? Art is the expression of human creativity, imagination, and emotion through different forms such as painting, music, dance, literature, sculpture, film, and performance. It's a way people communicate ideas, feelings, and experiences that might be difficult to express through ordinary language. In short, art is both personal and universal. It reflects the culture of a society but also speaks to individuals in unique personal ways. So we have here is the key aspects. We have first is the expression of ideas, emotions, and experiences. It talks about a person's ideas, emotions, and through experiences. And second, we have aesthetic value and appeal, cultural and historical context, communication, and interpretation.
Hello, my name is Damaika Dito Rice. My topic is type of arts. So first, this is a visual arts. Visual arts created a primary visual frictions. Visual arts are a form of creative primary visual works expression, meaning or emotions through visual means. For examples, painting, sculpture, drawing, photography, and painting. Next is performance art. Performance art is a form of live presentation based form that typically involves live presentation to the audience and incorporate elements. For example, music, dance, theater, and opera.
My name is Cedric Dominguez. Now let's continue the types of arts. We have literary arts. Literary arts are a branch of the arts that focus on the use of language, writing, and storytelling as a creative form of experiences instead of using points, stone, or music. Literary artists use words to share ideas, emotions, cultures, and human experiences. We have examples of literary arts. We have first one is poetry, expressing thoughts and feelings. The second is novels, short stories. The third one is drama. So drama, plays and script writing to be performed to stage. Decorated arts, form of arts that focus on designing and creating objects that are both beautiful and useful. The example of decorative arts. First one is ceramics. We have vases, bowls, and jars. Second is textiles. We have fabrics and carpets. The third one is jewelry. We have accessories and decorative objects. The last one is furniture designs, tables, chairs, cabinets, and artistic.
This is Princess Angeline C. Power, and my topic is visual arts. Types of visual arts. Sculpture is a type of visual art that involves shaping or creating three-dimensional objects. Artists use materials such as stone, wood, metal, or clay to make artworks that can be touched or see from different angles. Sculpture are often used to represent people, animals. Example, The Tinker by Augustin Rodin, a famous bronze sculpture that represent by thought. Painting is the art of using colors on a surface like canvas, paper, or a wall to create image, design, or expression. Painters use tools such as brush, paddle knives, or even their hands to express motion, tell stories, or show beauty. Example, Mona Lisa by Leonardo Vincent. One of the most well-known paintings in the world, admired for its realistic details and mysterious smile. Photography is both an art and a science. It's involved capturing image by recording light with a camera Photographers use technique like lighting, angle, and composition to create power image that can document reality or express creativity. Example, Migrant Mother by Dorothea Ling, a famous photograph that captured the struggles of a families during the Great Depression.
So we have three types of visual arts. First, drawing. Second, printmaking. And third, the digital arts. So drawing is one of the most basic yet powerful forms of a visual arts. It is the process of creating image or designs by making lines, shapes, and shading on a surface. Usually with materials like pencil, pens, charcoal, or markers. Drawing allows artists to express ideas, emotions, and observations, often serving as a foundation for other arts such as painting, sculpture, or even digital designs. Second is printmaking. Printmaking is a form of visual arts that involves creating image by transferring ink from a prepared surface, such as wood, metal, or a screen, onto paper or fabric. This process makes it possible to produce multiple copies of the same artwork, which is why it has been widely used for posters, books, and fabric designs. Examples of printmaking techniques include woodcut, etching, lithography, and screen printing. Last is the digital art. Digital art is an artwork that is created or edited using digital tools, such as computers, tablets, or specialized software. Unlike traditional methods that require physical materials like paint, brushes, or pencils, digital art exists in electronic form but can also be printed if needed. It is commonly used for digital illustrations, animations, graphic design, and concept art for film and video games.
Hello, I am Abristefana A. Luces. My topic is all about subject of visual art. The subject of art is the main idea, theme, or focus shown in an artwork, what the artist wants to represent, express, or communicate. It can be a person, object, scene, emotion, or even an abstract concept. Here are the types of subjects. So first, we have representational or objectives. It depicts recognizable objects or figures. For example, it shows real things that we can recognize, like people, trees, animals, or objects. So the example of this is landscape painting, portrait sculpture, and still life photograph. So the second is abstract. It distorts or simplifies real objects. Abstract is based on real things, but changed, simplified, or distorted. So the example of abstract expressionist is painting, cubist sculpture, and all of that. So the third is non-objective or non-representational. So this is no recognizable subject matter. So it does not show real things at all, only shapes, colors, and forms. So the example of this is geometric abstract painting and minimalist sculpture.
I'm John Tangog and my topic is content of art. So, content means the message or emotion that an artwork shows. It's not just what we see, but also what we feel or understand from it. The content of art can be influenced by the artist's intentions, the culture or traditions, history, and our own interpretations as viewers. So, to understand content, we look at these four things: the iconography, means the symbols and motifs used in the artwork. For example, a dove. So, a dove represents peace. So, second is composition, the arrangement of elements in the artwork. So, it's how objects, shapes, and figures are placed. So, the third is color and light, how color and lighting are used to create mood, atmosphere, or meaning. The fourth is technique, the artist's skill, style, and method in making the artwork. So, for example, in Van Gogh's Starry Night, the writing sky can show emotions and struggles. The bright stars can give hope, and the brushstrokes brings movement to the painting. So, art is more than just what we see, but it's the meaning and feeling behind it.
Hello everyone, my name is Ivan Lloyd Galay and my topic is all about subject versus content in art. So subject is referred to the literal visible object or figures you see in a work of art. It is the what of the piece, the people, places, things, or events being depicted. For example, in a painting of a bowl of fruit, the subject is the bowl and the fruit. Content, on the other hand, is the underlying meaning, message, or feeling conveyed by the artwork. It's the why behind the subject, the artist's intention, the emotions evoked, and the ideas communicated. The content is what you understand or interpret. Using the same example, the content of the fruit painting might be a commentary of life, death, or abundance depending on how the artist presents the subject. Think of it this way. Subject, a mother and a child. That is what you see. And the content is the enduring bond and universal love between a parent and their children. That is what you understand. So, the subject is objective and descriptive, while the content is subjective and interpretive, often requiring the viewers to consider symbolism, context, and the artist's choices. Now, let's proceed to the examples of subject versus content in art. The distinction between subject and content is crucial for a deeper understanding of art. Here are more examples to illustrate the difference. These pictures is The Gleaners in 1857 by Jean Francois Millet. So the subject is three present women in a field bending over to pick up stray stalks of wheat after the harvest. In the background, there is a busy harvest scene with a large stack of hay. The content is the dignity of labor and a subtle social commentary on the harsh realities of rural poverty. The artist shows the back-breaking work of the lowest members of society and contrasts their meager task with the abundant harvest in the distance, thereby highlighting the vast social and economic gap. Next, you have Guernica in 1937 by Pablo Picasso. So, a subject, a chaotic scene with fragmented, distorted figures, including a bull, a horse, a woman with a dead baby, and a shoulder. The scene is monochromatic, painted in black, white, and gray. And the content is powerful anti-war statement and a protest against the bombing of the Basque town of Guernica during the Spanish Civil War. The twisted, suffering figure symbolized the brutality, pain, and chaos inflicted upon innocent civilians, turning the specific historical event into a universal message about the horror of war. Last, we have The Persistence of Memory in 1931 by Salvador Dali. So the subject is a dreamlike landscape with several meeting clocks dropped over object like a tree branch and a table. A strange, fleshy figure lies in the foreground, and the content is explores the relativity of time and the subjectivity of memory. The soft, decaying clocks suggest that time is not fixed, rigid concept, but something fluid and malleable. The bizarre, unsettling elements reflect the subconscious mind and the sureless themes Dali we known for.
O kay tagal din kita minahal. O kay tagal